This is Monarchy Radio, media, 25 media, 21st century, media, 21st century. Hamjambo familia. Welcome to the Blackwood Financial Africa Today Show on the 30th day of the month of November, the year 2021. And this being the last day of the month, I know that everyone gets to look at, the start of gets to look forward to the start of a new month with a whole lot of optimism as we get closer to winding up the year, tomorrow being the 1st of December. And I want to welcome everyone of us to the broadcast. I want to say karibuni sana, which is a Swahili for you all. Much welcome. And I hope that this day finds you. I hope that you are in good health, and I hope that you are also pursuing life with a whole lot of positivity. My name is Spikes, and in case you're joining us for the first time on the Africa Today Show, we come together and, of course, discuss issues that have to do with us as a Black people globally. With a view of adding value to the conversations that have to do with these issues. It doesn't matter whether it's social economic issues, political matters, environmental issues, technological issues. The goal is really to inform and also to empower, as well as also inspiring a collective African consciousness amongst our people, whether be it you are in Brazil, whether be it you in Nairobi, Kenya, like I am, whether be it you are in Florida, like our brother Keith is, whether be it you are in Chicago, I believe like we do have a Mother Nature. I haven't seen Mother Nature for a while. I almost I brought up a Mother Nature when I mentioned Chicago, but I hope that she is well. Sister Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. I'll let him hand down. Thank you so much for joining us as well. And Keith, thank you so much for giving us this platform. I hope that your day is going great. How are you doing?
I'm all right, Spikes.
Welcome to the broadcast, and I hope your days are coming on just fine. I want to remind us to visit the Blackwood Financial website before we start off. Before we kickstart the show, I want to remind us that it's very, very important for the family to visit the official website, which is www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. Once on the website, please make sure that you sign up on the website. It's very, very easy. It takes you about a minute or two to sign up on the network website, and you will be able to see what's going on with the platform. A lot of our resources on the network, news, sports, We do have a shop or a store page on there. We do have the podcast page. We do have an African blog. We do have the videos. We do have the shop page, and also a whole lot of information right there regarding the Black Coat Far family, what we do, and of course what we purpose to achieve with Black media, which is reliable, or we call ourselves the Black media for the 21st century. On this thumbnail, like you can see today, we shall be talking about different issues. One of them, I think, is a deviation or a distraction, because we have heard about the case of Bill Cosby. Some people saying that he should actually be returned, and he should also, he should still be jailed. But we also do have the other case we were talking about yesterday of Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialite, and now they're trying to distract people from the real case to another case, which has already been determined. This one over Bill Cosby. We shall be talking a little bit about that. But yes, on the network website, we do have a social media, which is a social network on the network, and you can click on the top left button, the red top left button here, which is written social, and you will be taken to the social network. You can also use blackcoatfarnetwork.com/social, and you will find us also there. Or you can also click on the shop page. On the shop page, we do have a community chat. Once you click on this tab, it will take you direct to the shop page, where you can be able to see the community chat and also participate in the community chat. This is what I'm talking about on the top right here. We do have the community chat, and you can also be able to engage with the rest of the family in regards to matters that are happening around you or happening globally, or something that you feel should be brought to the attention of our people globally. It's very important that you have a platform like this. We have been talking about censorship. It's happening with other different platforms, be it, even the platform that we are right now, which is on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on all these different platforms. And at least on the Black Coat Fan Network, you have more space to express yourself and also share your thoughts regarding other different issues taking place. I've also seen people move to Rumble. I believe people have also moved to other platforms, which which I think I'll describe as the dark web. You also do have which is these other platforms apart from Rumble, which is this other one. I'm trying to remember the name of it, where the information is a little bit more not censored. I will share with you when I remember that particular name of the platform. But yes, on the Black Coat Far Network, you can also be able to share information with it's a free space for you to be able to share information and also bring the family up to speed on what is happening in different sectors. Let them hand down. I hope that you all are well. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. And of course, today we shall start off with the matter that we had mentioned about yesterday. And this was a sad case that happened in California, where a family of a man killed his family, a man killed his children. And of course, the grandmother of these children was also murdered in this incident in California. And before this, of course, the father, of course, went ahead, and also his name was Jamarcus. He also went ahead and surrendered himself to the police. But before that, there have been some information that has come out regarding his social media. When something like this happens, people would also like to ask themselves, what was really happening with the man? Was he well mentally? What was going on with him? And there have been some posts that have been brought up from his social media accounts, and it seems like this was a man who was a religious nut. This is exactly what he was. He was a man who was a religious nut, and on his previous post, these were posts from November 16th, and also posts from around November 14th. The man is seemed to be in a condition like what can I call it? Is in that religious kind of a bubble. Imam might call it so. He's in that religious kind of a bubble. So you would not imagine him going and hurting his family and killing his children, and also killing the grandmothers, the children's grandmother. So this was him. We were talking about him yesterday. This was on 8:41 p.m. last on the 16th of November. He was saying, God has never been interested in you being enough. Moses didn't think he was good enough. People didn't think David was strong enough. Maybe today you are not strong. You're not enough. Maybe today you are in a not enough mindset. Just know that God loves you when you feel unloved for. God loves to show up in the not enough moments to teach us that He is more than enough. Look to God and stay as strong as you can. Also going on from 14, saying the devil wouldn't be attacking you so hard if there wasn't something valuable inside of you. Thieves don't break into empty houses. And this is the father of the children that he murdered. and also the woman that was also murdered in this particular case. We had talked about it yesterday, but this was his social media. This was on his these are screenshots from his Facebook from his Facebook page. And if you come to think about the psychology of this particular man, it might be difficult to understand why he committed the kind of an act that he committed, and of course, harming his family in this particular kind of a way. We had talked about it yesterday, where the police are still investigating. Where the police are still investigating about the killing of this grandmother and 4 children that were shot and killed in Lancaster by this man who was a father, known as Marcus from California. And probably much more information will come out. Of course, he was arrested. He turned himself in at the station, and there is an investigation still going on into these particular matters. And these are the really people you would think that maybe what they are trying to put up, saying and preaching, is what they would do. But this is also a murderer, or a man who has actually ended up killing his children. He was arrested for the murder charges and the shooting death of his 4 children and their grandmother. That was on Sunday night at their home in Lancaster, in California. And someone would ask, what did you get out of killing somebody, especially your own kids? According to one neighbor, who is known as James Martin, and I'm saying that just breaks my heart. I can't believe I woke up to this. The shooting was reported just before 10:30 p.m. at his home in the 3500 block of Garnett Lane. The Los Angeles, of course, County Sheriff deputies were dispatched to the rescue to rescue a responding call, only to find a woman in her 50s and 4 children, 3 boys and a girl under the age of 12, dead at the scene from gunshot wounds. One of the children was an infant. And something is really, really wrong, because that was not the only case we had mentioned about yesterday. Even the other one we talked about was a young man killing his own mother and leaving his brother also orphaned, which is crazy. Sister Nish, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. You're saying that is what happens when you are goofy and insane. Exactly. And I don't think there is no coming back from something like this, where you kill 4 of your children and also the grandmother. There is no coming back from such particular kind of an act, which would say to only animals would do that. And even I don't see animals even killing their own offsprings like that. But nonetheless, that is what was happening with that particular matter. Maybe some mornings would come up even as days goes by, regarding maybe perhaps the backstory to that. But I'm even trying to wonder, see what would be the backstory to that. But nonetheless, I wanted to go into another matter of concern, which is the word that Joe Biden was using when he was talking about these new variants. And I was saying, in some countries, I have heard, for example, like Greece, what they are doing with Greece, they are saying that in Greece, they will be charging penalties. They will be charging penalties to people who do not get this particular job. I believe the penalties, they want to institute them at every other month. They are saying that now they will be actually charging, imposing a fee or imposing a penalty for the people who have not been vaccinated. And it's crazy, because I believe this is really coercion. If you ask me, this is coercion. Why would you be charging a monthly penalty or a fee to the people who have decided no, they do not need this particular job? So they are saying they would be imposing about $114. They would be imposing about $114 per month, $114 monthly fine. And I believe these will still not even force people. These will still not convince people in Greece to go on and take it. So this is 114 per month, and I'm also just trying to find out how they would be conducting it. Whether it's being, some of these things are also very, very hard to conduct. But they're saying the Greece is set to impose monthly fines on undeserved people over 60. And of course, let me see if I can get this particular one. Yes, that is exactly what they are saying. That they are saying this is not a punishment. They are saying this is not the Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos announced on a mandatory COVID-19 vaccination for all Greek Greeks over 60 years of age before a cabinet meeting in Athens on Tuesday in an effort to tackle the new whatever variant, which is they're saying is a threat, and saying those who refuse to get it will have to pay a monthly fine of 100 euros, which is equivalent to $114 for each month they don't get jabbed. Starting on January 16th. And this is just a blatant to your face. It shows you this is nothing to do with the health of anyone. This is just a way of having people coerced into doing things that they are not up to or they do not want to do to their bodies. And of course, what I was saying earlier is that also Biden has come up saying that it is of concern. He was saying that it is of concern. Let me also share this particular video because people right now have gotten to a point where people are now tired with this nonsense. In as much as you might go do press conferences and try spread the fear or try have people even run people into coercion. Let me share what Biden was up to. Because in Greece, I think they have gone really overboard. They have gone really overboard. Biden was actually saying it is over concern, is a cause for concern, but not a cause for panic. Let me share this video real quick as we proceed because they get to a point where people will just be tired. In as much as you might have another one and another variant and another variant and another variant and another variant. This might not change the fact that people have started to wake up and realize or push back. In Greece have been said to have one of the lowest rates of vaccination, and that is why the government is desperate there, with the prime minister saying that they will be charging them $100 or 100 euros for every other month that they do not get the job. But let me share this video as we proceed. And what has been happening actually with even with African countries, they have seen some governments almost also going into a desperate kind of move. For example, for Malawi has been saying that it will also be rolling out. They will be rolling out these jobs, and they will be going. They will also be including our children. But let me share these real quick. This one is called the Megatron or something. Uh, they will be running out of alphabets. That is one thing I can bet they will be running out of alphabets in the next couple of months or so. They will be running out of alphabets.
And take a few moments to talk about the new COVID variant, first identified last week in Southern Africa. It's called the Omicron. It is to their credit, the scientific community in South Africa quickly notified the world of the emergence of this new variant. This kind of transparency is to be encouraged and applauded because it increases our ability to respond.
When it comes to transparency, you remember the government, I think that was Trump. That was Trump saying that the Chinese government were not forthright. They were not transparent with the reporting of these pandemic. And what did happen is that after that, the Chinese have been able to go back to their business, although even if things are still not working out for them there. But right now, what has happened with South Africa with their haste, to come up and report and say, oh, South African scientists have discovered this and that. Now they have been slammed. Their country has been slammed from even people getting to travel even to other African countries. I understand some countries have also set up restrictions that would also involve quarantine. For example, coming from South Africa, getting into Kenya, I believe they will have to have some quarantine measures being set up for that. For the UK, I understand that people cannot move from South Africa, go into the UK. People can also not move from South Africa and go to some other European countries because now they have been labeled as, high threat. They are on a high threat of transmitting it. But the thing is, one of the funniest thing you realize, for example, people coming from people that have been said to have supposedly have this particular Omicron. Most of them have been reported to be in South Africa, others in Netherlands, because you all know about the Dutch and the Dutch and the South Africans relation. You all know that most of the Dutch have left their countries and gone and held onto the land in South Africa. So you will not find the same. For example, I have not heard the UK slamming, slamming Netherlands and saying, we can also not have people from Netherlands coming to the country. I have also not had even a country like Kenya, which is now talking about setting up quarantine measures for people from South Africa, also saying that we do not want people from Netherlands, because the way this gets to work shows you how power gets to operate. You'll find that an African country like South Africa is not really taken seriously, even on the global stage. So anyone would come up and slam a traveler, a ban on the people from South Africa. So I was hearing about a situation where some people are organizing to go and travel to the UK, others to go, attend the weddings and other things like that. Right now, there's nothing like that. You have to hold back and stay in your own country. That is what they have been told. But I believe this has to do with making South Africa now to be the face of this pandemic. Now they would say, South Africa is to blame, and people in South Africa, the spreaders and all these other things. Well, that is not even the case. It's far from the truth. I know that South Africa has been dealing with this particular matter in a funny way, first and foremost, because in South Africa, there were the same people volunteering. About 2,000 people did volunteer in the initial stages, when there was said to be a trial or a test for the vaccines. So South Africans went out there, they volunteered themselves, about 2,000 of them. And then apart from that, the president from South Africa, who is now decrying fall, saying that this country should not be, the travel ban should not be imposed on their country. He's the same one who was going out and crying for the jab to be brought into the country. And so what did happen is that there was the setting up of a vaccine manufacturing plant in South Africa, I believe also sponsored by the Europeans. And right now, they are also seeing how power gets to work, because they have also been slammed and the people cannot move from the country. But Netherlands is not being touched. You also get to see them also staying on board. But this is also some nonsense with this particular one. Biden had a thing to say that this is a cause for concern, but not panic. And but still, the travel restrictions against the people from Southern African states, including South Africa, including Swaziland, including, I believe, Namibia and Botswana, have also been included in the list of nations where people cannot travel and go to the states.
And quickly to any new threats. And that's exactly what we did. The very day the World Health Organization identified the new variant, I took immediate steps to restrict travel from countries in Southern Africa. But while we have that, travel restrictions can slow the speed of Omicron, it cannot prevent it. But here's what it does. It gives us time. It gives us time to take more actions, to move quicker, to make sure people understand you have to get your vaccine. You have to get the shot. You have to get the booster. Sooner or later, we're going to see cases of this new variant here in the United States. We'll have to face this new threat.
That is him going on and on and on and on and on and on. But so in places that have been shut down, things will not be able to move forward in terms of the economics. And Jim and you say, this is bullshit, big time. Robert Williams saying, every time those people have their mouth are moving, they are lying. They brought out these masked, mummified idiots. He was the one to deliver the news, talking about what has been happening with the spread of these variants. And then the thing is, no one really gets to ask real questions. If at all there is a narrative that comes out, then they will also say that now people also need to get a booster, because you did not get the other one. You're now exposed and you're now exposed to this particular new variant and need to get a booster. And then after that, in maybe the next 1 month, you also have another variant coming up from maybe, I don't know, they will find another country in South America and I say this is another country where the variant has come from, and give it another Greek alphabet for its name, and another one, and the whole madness with these boosters will not cease. But nonetheless, who actually believes anything these are fully saying? It's a sheeple. But nonetheless, moving away from that, I just want to go into a matter that has to do with the country known as Barbados. But before I talk about what has been happening with Barbados, I will show you exactly what you mean by Robert Williams saying that when their mouth move, they are lying. So one of the things that has been a big lie that has come up, of course, we all know about the British monarchy, and of course their role in slavery, their role in racism, and their role in all the atrocities that have been done to black people globally. So right now, according to this news article, which is by the Guardian, of course, this is still them, they own the media. They have been saying that there has been a lot of praise that is going on for Prince Charles after the historic slavery condemnation. So this is the same. It's like this is the same colonialist, and this is the same proponents of slavery and racism. Now coming up, when he was with these yesterday, that was yesterday when he was doing his speech in Barbados, and these mockery. It's like karma that they are handing back now the running and of Barbados to the people of Barbados, which is really a fallacy. There's nothing even close to the truth in any of that particular drama that they have orchestrated. But they send the praise for Prince Charles after historic slavery condemnation. And equality campaigners say remarks as Barbados became a republic at the start of a grown-up conversation. This is some utter nonsense with the same Prince Charles. I believe even when there was Kenya being handed back, quote unquote, being handed back, and now Kenya gaining its independence in 1964, I believe Prince Charles was still there. In as much as this is him talking about condemning slavery and also condemning racism, he is the number one racist. So that is why I would agree with you, Robert Williams, when you say that anytime their mouth is moving, they are lying. And you can see an example of these with the remarks that he made. Let me even pull up some of those remarks that he made, and also we'll take us back to him and other remarks that he has made, even within his own family. Let me share these. This is how they keep on a line and line and line and line, and also put up the prop, like there was any kind of a transfer of power. The people of Barbados, whomever is now heading, quote unquote, heading.
Prince Charles denounced the atrocity of slavery and Britain's legacy of the slave trade as Barbados removed his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, as head of state. On Monday, the 73-year-old, who is second in line to the throne, gave a speech at Barbados' transition ceremony where he referenced Britain's colonial past, which saw the trafficking of people from Africa to Barbados and the Caribbean, People magazine reported. From the darkest days of our past, and the appalling atrocity of slavery, which forever strains our history, the people of this island forged their path with extraordinary fortitude, said the British prince, as quoted by the outlet. Emancipation, government and independence were your waypoints, he shared.
Uh-oh. What happened to Spikes? How long Spikes been gone? And then without going on anybody, what happened to everybody? Spikes just now leave? How long has he been gone, y'all? I'm just getting back up in here. You guys hear me? Okay, just froze. All right, not long. Oh man, it's hot as hell down here. All right, you guys hear me all right?
Apologies, family. I don't know if you can hear me. My computer had a bit of heat there. Kid, can you hear me?
I think they were talking about putting Bill Cosby, asking Supreme Court to prosecute Bill Cosby for what? What any rape charges? Those things hilarious.
They're saying the conviction should be restored. That is that. Yeah, I don't know. I think there might be a lag, but I was saying with the issue of Bill Cosby, they were actually saying that the court should actually restore the conviction for Bill Cosby, and I think this is just a distraction to just have people distracted from what is happening with the Ghislaine Maxwell case. That is why they are busy now trying to spark fire on the other side so that people can now move their attention from what is happening with the Ghislaine Maxwell case and now focus on this, because the prosecutors are urging the Supreme Court to restore the conviction for Bill Cosby.
Spike's back, okay. I can hear that. I'm hold on. Hear me on. Let me go out and come back in.
Okay, you can check if you're able to get to hear me. But nonetheless, our family, I was sharing about the story of the speech that was being given, a very, very hypocritical kind of a speech. And of course, this was in the claim that Prince Charles is I don't know what's going on with that and with a kid there. But of course, I was just saying that this is one of the most hypocritical speech ever, saying that he does condemn slavery, and we all know how the British monarchy played part in terms of the slavery, and of course, right now this is just him trying to pacify and make this just for the PR, just a public relations stunt, which anyone would be a fool to get to believe. I might find people in Barbados doing their dances and thinking that anything gets to change, but that does not really change any matter. I was trying to play this particular video. If I will try to play this particular video as we continue, and you will see how the beast right there goes on with the line. Now, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, hey, now go ahead. Hey, now Spikes, go ahead.
Okay, I was talking about the speech that was given by Prince Charles condemning slavery in
please. All lies, because go back, listen, let me condemn slavery my ass. They haven't stopped the slavery in Africa now with the colonialism, and it's called the neo-colonialism. Has not stopped with neo-colonialism. Without colonies, Britain is dead. Britain has nothing that the world needs or the world wants, except for that rotten ass. Their food is nasty, their culture's fucked up. So it's nothing that except for black people worshiping these no good Mzungus. His daddy, Prince Phil's one of the most openly racist bastards on the planet. He's behind one of the no good bastards behind the eugenics movement. One of the no good bastards behind depopulation. Just go read. Just pull up. Do this for a second. Let's go DuckDuckGo and say, pull up racist quotes by Prince Philip. So this is saying no good bastard that raised his no good ass. Like father, like son. I don't think he's no different from his daddy. You got so many racist quotes with his no good bastard, you can't even keep up with him. But just go, that's why you can easily go to DuckDuckGo and say racist quotes by Prince Philip of Britain or Great Britain or whatever the hell. Ain't nothing great about it. People like to call themselves great this, great that.
They have a puppet. They have a puppet in waiting being crowned, and you will see. I will share with us a bit over it.
Yeah, but he won't last long. He an old ass man. He'll be dying soon too. He gotta get it. He gotta get his daily dose of adrenochrome baby blood drinking too. How much blood drinking can I do? Woo woo woo.
Let me see what pops up. These are some.
That's why they told. That's why they put a gag on that trial with Ghislaine Maxwell, because you were gonna know that adrenochrome was real, that raping children was real, with sacrificing children, drinking their blood was real. Why would you put a gag order on that trial? Because that's to protect the elite.
They know that. Yeah. They know the information will come out eventually, and that is what they have said. Some of the pages will not also be admitted. Let me see some of the quotes. How many people have you knocked over this morning on that thing? Let me see. Talking to. I think
he wish he can come back as a virus and kill the world. One of his famous quotes, you can find the famous. He wish he could be reincarnated as a virus and kill off the planet, Spikes. That's one of his no good his racist daddy's quote. He wants to be reincarnated as a virus, and so he can kill off the planet.
On Canada,
go ahead.
This is him. How many? Let me see. It looks as if it was put there by an Indian. When was he talking about these? These have been put in forms of memes, not actual quotes. You have mosquitoes. I have the press. That is what you were saying. Have you ever flown a plane? Let me see. They have been put in form of pictures. Let me see. It have to be. Let me show. I think I found it. I found the one that you're talking about here. Let me see if it loads. Yeah, I found it here. This is one of the eugenicists of the great church of euthanasia to kill off people. So he was saying, I would like to be a deadly virus to help solve the overpopulation. That is him in 1988. So he already had his own ways of how you would actually roll this particular eugenics program. Just coming back, I would like to be a deadly virus. The virus. That is what he said. Kid, can you still hear me?
That's his, yeah, that's his.
I'm not sure.
I hear you. Can you hear me? That's his no good rotten daddy. That's his daddy.
Yeah, I do hear.
And Prince Charles is no good rotten ass daddy. But
So
he got so many racist
quotes. Talking
about the Africans are backward moron. He said we should invade. He said we should invade Africa again and colonize them because they're too damn stupid. The Africans too damn dumb. We need to go and invade and colonize the dumbass again. Maybe then we can civilize the dumb African.
Those are some of the racists. They have just put them in terms of pictures or memes.
Yeah, that's okay. You ain't gonna do it. I'm just how many it was. And you come out, his sons now said, "Oh, we're sorry for slavery and all that." Man, if you out of your rabbit ass mind, you better know the wicked ass family this no good bastard came from.
Do you see the puppet in waiting here? You can see her when he approaches. She has to stand up, and then you're sovereign and you're self-ruling. But the same thing that was. Let me share this a little bit over this. Did I mute it? Okay, let me see if I mute it. Just a second here. Unmute it. Okay.
And with that, Britain's Queen Elizabeth no longer head of state of Barbados. 400 years after British ships arrived, the Island of Elizabeth no longer head of state of Barbados.
You can see how she has to rise up very, very fast.
And with that, Britain's Queen Elizabeth no longer head of state of Barbados. 400 years after
He's the newest puppet in town, and she is there ready.
Yeah, they're supposed to got freedom. But they got independence 60 years ago, and they still got the British Queen as the crown of the country. It's like Africans just morons no matter where they go. Wherever you find an African, are we just instinctively morons? Where's this crash at? You hear me, Spikes?
Strong friendship in a speech between Barbados and the UK.
The creation of this republic offers a new beginning, but it also marks a point on a continuum, a milestone on the long road you have not only traveled,
A continuum of us enslaving you dumb niggas. You niggas are morons, and we've been enslaving you, and you've been licking our boots, you dumb niggas. So all these words, words are stupid. Go ahead, Spikes.
I am surprised he does not get to mumble like Biden does. You know, Biden will be talking about one thing, and then the next thing, he's talking about.
So Biden's got dementia. He's a moron. So Biden's got dementia. I don't think Prince Charles has got dementia. He's been drinking a lot of kids' blood, Jack. He got adrenochrome. Yeah. He been drinking blood. He ain't got no dementia. He been drinking the shit out them children's blood.
They probably put Joe Biden on uniform when it was.
They are direct. Now I want you to know they are direct descendants from Vlad the Impaler. They are direct descendants from Dracula. You can look that up. We're gonna look that up too. They are the royal family of England are direct descendants of Dracula. You can't make that shit up.
That is why they enjoy drinking.
They are direct descendants of Dracula. Dracul of Romania. Should I lose Spikes?
I do know these other videos that have.
Pull up and see. Yeah, I don't want to hear this moron talk about the nonsense they talking. They don't never plan to let African people go these fake ass ceremonies. The long thing of friendship. The long thing of friendship, Spikes, we've had with you Negroes. We've never given you freedom. We've always put another scheme and scam to steal from you dumb niggas. All the pretense of us working together.
But you don't hear.
Good, Spikes.
There is no apology or a compensation. There is no apology. There is
no There's no compensation. There's no compensation for you moronic Negroes. We're not giving you nothing but a dumb speech. And say, where's the relationship of you moronic Negroes?
that is how it happens.
Oh, Spike, let's go. Go to DuckDuckGo, Spike, again, and pull up. Say, is the House of Windsor direct descendants of Vlad Dracula, of Vlad the Impaler?
Let me see.
Is the British royal family direct descendants of Vlad Dracula? He wasn't the count, he was the king of the country. King Dracula. The movies called him a count, but he was the king. King of Romania. Fighting a Kirk. He used to impale his victim, eat them, drink the blood, all kind of wicked shit.
The one they say here, the one I do see here is that Prince Charles is a descendant of a Dracula and owns.
Yeah, Prince George of course, Prince Charles is who's Prince Charles' mama, Queen Elizabeth. Of course, yeah, he's not. Mama, all them direct descendants from Dracula, drinking blood and eating bodies, vampirism, all kind of shit. He got goofy niggas crying when you see these no good bastards. Oh, the Queen! Oh, the Queen! Queen of England! She married Meghan Markle! Oh.
I see here. I see here that Prince Charles heir to the Dracula bloodline. Prince Charles heir to the Dracula bloodline.
Yeah.
The Romanian tourist bodies
So
is to use.
they're direct descendants from this horrible ass king of Romania who used to impale people, drink their blood at dinner, and then eat their bodies. That's their great granddaddy. And you got black people in Africa crying. You got black people dancing for these no good bastards and crying and shit. Shit crazy.
And then they turn around the story. They turn around the story and say that the man who was drinking blood was the president of Uganda. His name is what do you call these?
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. Yeah, they have turned around the story now. Dracula. Now Idi Amin becomes the one that they say has been drinking the blood of our children. But yes, I do see it on here. This was from on Cornwall News. Prince Charles is a descendant of Dracula and owns property in Transylvania. The Prince of Wales is heir to the blood to Vlad, the Impala's blood.
The Impaler.
And also here on a Telegraph, the UK Telegraph, the Telegraph says Prince Charles are heir to the Dracula bloodline. The Romanian tourist board is to use links between the British royal family and account Dracula to lure UK tourists. It has emerged, and now that is what they are using it for. And but now also what you go back to seeing is him now going on with the lies. And apart from that, when he talks about the shame of racism, the shame of slavery, then also talks about there is also the story that came about him asking about the marriage between
Prince Harry. Harry and Meghan Markle's kid, his name Archie or some shit. Archie Bunker.
I don't know what I don't know what the name is.
They said something about the shade. You know what's said? That lady all distraught. You know what's said because they come from a racist, wicked ass family. That the African to run around and sing and dance and cry and all kind of moronic ass shit. Because the Africans are morons.
The Africans were fighting for space to go to the wedding, to attend the wedding.
Yeah.
Find people from Nigeria, from probably some from
That's
Kenya.
in Nigeria. That's in Nigeria, man. Nigerians will knock your ass out, Spike, to get to that wedding. Get your ass out the way. It's the creed.
And you wonder why we remain to be a subjugated people globally. That kind of mentality.
Negro women in America, and I mean that goofy foundation of Black Americans, and I ate us brides in America crying and shit. Oh, look at Meghan Markle. We made it get married to this beast. Look at us doing a real blood drinking cracker. Look at us, we Black sisters. We done made it. We done came up. Look at us. We can suck all the blood out of white man's penises we want. She got the real thing, like. The psychosis is worldwide, Jack. Black women in America crying over this beast. Meghan Markle done got her. She got a white prince. Oh.
But I'm saying,
I'm fucking crazy.
The same Prince Charles says that he rejects a claim that he had worried about the skin tone of Harry and Meghan's child. He's saying that he had nothing to do with it.
And that kid white as hell. That kid, but he's not.
Yeah,
but he's not white enough, Spike. He's not white enough.
Yeah. That is what exactly. That is the point I was going to make. So the Prince Charles spokesperson on Monday rejected a claim made in a book that they made in a book that the British throne had questioned what the skin tone of a Prince Harry and a Meghan child would be, because he not want the skin tone to be a nigger in their house there. And of course, he has the spokesperson has said that that is not true. But of course, that would even have been even this is I would believe that would be true. He would have actually probably asked on it to
They
know.
know it's true because the son said it was true. His son told him his ass. And when the son told, they cut him off the money. So all right, you know, good bastard. You don't side with no half Negro against me. They cut their ass off the money. So that shit. Did you give Harry back his money? Did they give Harry back his Dracula money? No, they ain't giving back their Dracula money. I'm Dracula.
The same thing has been said.
And the sad fact about these fake ass Windsors, they're not even royal. They're not even British. They're not British royalty. They were made that because in 1700 the real King of England didn't have any heirs. They said, "Hey man, find me some German motherfuckers I can transfer power to." Their name is not even Windsor. They changed the name to Windsor after World War II, World War I, so they wouldn't sound more German. Then they say, ask Mike said, "What is the original name of the British family, the British royal family? What is the name is not Windsor. That's why Prince Philip is a German, and they all these motherfuckers are German, even though they are Germans, and the British are original Germans. But these motherfuckers ain't even British. They're Germans. Because the King of England didn't have no heirs. They find me some German motherfuckers I can get a crown to. He instead of giving it to his own people, he went to Germany, found these they call sack somebody shit.
Let me see
what's the name?
Let me see what was the original name. Let me just search it up. What was the original name of the British royal family? I think let me see if I find it here. But now they have the throne, and everyone else can bow.
They got the throne now. Yeah, they've had it for like the last 200 years now. But they're not descendants of British royalty. They're not just. If you go back to the British King Henry VIII and the first Queen Elizabeth, that bitch Queen Elizabeth is not related to them. That motherfucker's not related to the British royalty at all. They're fraudulent. They went stall.
They're saying the British, the House of Windsor came into being in 1917. When the name was adopted.
After what? World War II, because they were German. What's their name? They got German names. They were fighting the Germans. They didn't want their own people to hate. These motherfuckers are Germans. They ain't British.
They replaced it from the historic name, which was a Saxe Coburg Gotha.
Exactly.
Gotha. Yeah, that is a name.
Exactly. That ain't a British name, Spikes. That ain't a British name.
Saxe Coburg Gotha is not actually. I agree with you 100%. But now they have everyone fooled. They have the Africans fooled here. The Africans that want to book their ticket to go to the royal wedding, if you don't even care.
That's not a British name. The motherfuckers, they were installed because the king in 1700 didn't have any heirs, and he didn't want to give his crown to none of his own British subjects. He said the British subjects were too filthy and dirty. He said, "Fuck them, find me some damn Germans and shit." So they found these motherfuckers. So, like I said, they're not even related. They're not even related to original British royalty at all. At all. They're not related. That's why they're related to Vlad the Impaler. That's why they're related to Count Dracula. They're not related to King Henry VIII and King Henry V and the first Queen Elizabeth. They're not related to them people. They're not related to King George. They're not related to none of that shit.
But I see it's King George the Fifth. King George the Fifth who changed the name of their royal family from the German.
Yeah, not that dude. Not because I'm talking King George from the 1700s. Not that big motherfucker right there in the 1900s. Like, not him. Not him. Of course, when they got the British crowns, like they were going to start giving themselves English names. They weren't going to keep naming themselves German names.
The corn wouldn't work. The corn wouldn't work. The corn wouldn't work.
Keep giving themselves. As I said, they're not related. They're not related to the first. That Queen Elizabeth not related at all to the original Queen Elizabeth. They're not related to Henry V. They're not related to Henry VIII. I told they were related, like I just showed you, to Vlad the Impaler. They're related to Count Dracula. So King,
Literally,
they're not related. Are they related to Charlotte Mecklenburg and all of them? The black royals, the current royal family. Are they related to the black royals of Europe?
Which black royals we talking about?
Like Charlotte Mecklenburg and them.
Talking about Charlemagne?
No, Queen Charlotte or Princess or Queen Charlotte, whichever one, you know.
Oh, Queen Charlotte. No.
Yeah.
No. Nope. They're not.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
They were installed because King George had no heirs and he didn't want to get a crown to anybody in Britain. So they looked at some German like kind of loser type motherfuckers he can control. They were like, you know, they weren't even kings and queens in Germany. Then they had like a small title. Hey, get that motherfucker right there. We'll make him king. Shit. That's how they got. They're not related to none of the British. So when you go back in history, they're not related to none of the British that they look up to. King Henry V, Henry VIII. What's that dude they call the Lionheart motherfucker one? King somebody, the Lionheart. Is that King Henry I? The Lionheart.
Richard.
They're not related to none of them people. Yeah.
King Richard was the Lionheart.
King Richard, whatever the fuck this goofy name. Yeah, King Richard, that's a goofy cracker name. I'm not up on all my crackers. Goddamn, forgive me. King Richard, the Lionheart. They're not related to none of them people. They're related to Black
and that was talking about.
Yeah, King Richard, the Lionheart.
The one I see that has Mecklenburg, there was a northern German duchy in Holy Roman Empire. And Sharon was born and brought up in all these from 1744 to 1818. Born Sophia Charlotte of Mecklenburg Strates on May 1774, was the youngest daughter of the Duke Charles. Louis Frederick of Mecklenburg Strates, and Princess Elizabeth Albertina of Saxe, Hilda. These German names are really difficult to pronounce, but there is that also Saxe.
I know, ain't they spike? They hard as hell.
There is also
Katie's gonna try to give me the business today to pronounce her last name. It's Ndungu. Ndungu. I said Ndungu. That's not Ndungu. It's Ndungu. All right, Katie, goddamn. It's Ndungu. Fuck it, goddamn it.
You spend the whole day pronouncing these German names, but there's also a Saxe here, so probably that is why I was asking whether there's a relation from this one to the other one, that the other family that you have talked about, the German ones that took these British.
No, but they're all Germans. I mean, they're all Germans anyway. They're all German tribes and shit. I'm just saying, if those people are fake goddamn royals, they were put on the throne. I must say it was King George ass back in 17 whatever when he had no heirs. He's like, man, find me some German motherfuckers I can put on. That's why most of the people in England didn't know these no good bastards had no ties to the original crown. That's why they changed their name in World War I, because they were fighting the Germans. So, we better change our name. Our name is German. People gonna start researching shit. Say, hey, how they got a real German name and they the kings and queens of England?
But there was sometimes back we were talking about the history of were we talking about the history of Rome? Or there was some or the Greek, and we were just saying that some of the people that ruled Rome were black. But now this particular question that Joe was asking about Queen Charlotte, they were saying on this article that Queen Charlotte was the wife of George III and like came of German descent, but also had an African ancestry.
They all had African ancestry because you had the Moors running around up in there doing so much fucking spice. The Moors did so much fucking.
The Moors preferred to call it love making.
Exactly. I'm just going by what the movie said. the Moors
you talking about that Italian movie? With Dennis Hopper and them?
Yeah, Dennis Hopper and them. It's like,
That movie makes Spikes blush when Dennis Hopper get smashed in the face. Said, "Okay, tell me, is this true?" So what is it? So you're Sicilian, right? Yeah, Sicilian. He said, "You know the Moors conquered Sicily, and the Moors are niggas, and the Moors did so much fucking. They changed the bloodline forever."
Every time we play that clip here, the video I think gets banned, so we'll not play it. But I remember that we have played it like 3 times on the show.
You're right.
So,
every time we do play that, you're right. Every time we do play that video, we get banned. You damn sure right about that. Every time we play that movie clip, we get banned. You're right. Every time. We sure do.
Yeah, we'll not.
Yeah, don't play that shit again.
So, Brother Lando, you're asking, how does a culture of savagery, debauchery, and corruption get a monarchy? Well, they do it. They have it. Someone, I think you also asked yesterday, the Brother Lando.
They do it by the same way you just saying, being debaucherous and wicked. What do you mean, how they get it? By killing motherfuckers, and they say, "Hey, I'm the king now, damn it."
Yesterday, Lando Winter, you also asked an important question. I think you're also the same brother that asked yesterday, how can you prosecute a culture? You can. It's difficult because that is what they're doing with this Ghislaine case, Ghislaine Maxwell case, is prosecuting a culture of pedophilia. So there is no way these judges, whomever has been appointed to take on this case, will be able to prosecute this culture, because that is who they are. And they will be going on with this pedophilia in as much as you might say, there might be.
That's why they got a gag order on the damn trial. Gag order. Why? Oh, because the public can't handle. What are you talking about? This, you don't got the right to tell what the public can and cannot handle. This is some bullshit because it's a bought-off trial.
I don't know. Also, if you also did hear about the story from Australia, Keith Olazo, they were saying that 33% of those working at the Australian Parliament are sexually abused. That is a culture. That is how they do it in Australia.
More than that, in Australian population, like shit. They put us up. Say the Australian Parliament has records that will be sealed for 100 years of all the pedophiles in Australia. That's a pedophilic thing, because that's the culture. More than 30%. They got a whole record of these booty bandit bastards, and they closed the records for 100 years. Get out of here. They said they will lose confidence in the government. Of course you lose confidence in the government. They're wicked. But go ahead, Zoe.
That's what I'm just saying, that we so easily forget that we're dealing with, when we talk about Australia, not just Australia, but the United States, we're talking about the prisoners of Europe that were sent to these lands. These were the rapists. These were the pedophiles. These were the motherfucking repugnant members of society that were sent to Australia and sent to the United States.
That's true. Especially Australia. Australia was a prison colony, right? It was set up with all the red, them in New Zealand both, set up as a wretched colony for male refutes.
What do you think of the possibility that the court trial is closed because it's a military tribunal taking place?
That'd be nice to know. I don't know.
Because if they're getting high-ranking people in the military, if all of these people are being implicated with pedophilia, then you would think that the ramifications would be far-reaching as far as what's coming down.
It would be. That's why they wouldn't let it out. Why it's a closed trial, close to be far-reaching. It would blow the mind of people, Zach, and they know that it's that widespread that all these no good, nasty bastards. You got General Mosquito's little kid looking at Jimmy Savile touching himself. General Mosquito, what you doing? Mama coming in. General, what you doing? Mommy, I'm looking at the clown Jimmy Savile telling me to touch my penis.
But this is them, and this is what they do. I was saying earlier before the hits of the system that the Australian Parliament there's a report that has come out saying 1 in 3 workers have been sexually harassed in Australian Parliament. So these are people working in the federal Parliament building, and they have been sexually harassed.
not the harassment. Damn that shit. You got uh, convicted pedophiles running around that bitch. Not harassment. That you can't be harassment. That's sexual harassment. That's not pedophilia. We're talking about pedophilia and having sex with children.
No.
Probably the same.
Spike.
They probably also are sexually harassing and also involved in pedophilia in Australian Parliament. But that's their culture.
What something that'll blow your mind if Spikes, if you look up the legal marrying age and just look up any European nation, put in the legal marrying age, all across Europe, it's 13 and 14. They marrying 13 and 14-year-old girls.
I thought they raised it.
Did
Is
they?
it still 13 and 14?
I don't know if they did raise it. I remember like a couple years ago researching it. It was all 13, 14.
It needs to be 13 because they said because they died so early. Said back in the day, because the white man would die at 35, so being 13 was middle age. Shit.
But I see. I don't know. This is let me see in Europe. Let me see in Europe.
So what is that? In Europe, what is the age of consent? What's the age of consent in Europe?
Okay, legal age of consent.
Shit, it ain't got worse in Africa now. Shit, you got all kind of child brides running around Africa with that Muslim shit.
They say that the lowest minimum age is 14 years set in 7 member states: Austria, Bulgaria, Estonia, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Portugal. And the highest is
all German. 14.
This is Austria, Bulgaria, Estonia, Germany, Hungary, Italy, and Portugal.
There you go. Pedophilia is legal virtually.
Yeah,
pedophilia is mostly legal.
That's what I'm saying. So while we're sitting here talking about pedophilia, this shit's legal. They done wrote it in the laws.
It's legal.
So when they talk about pedophilia, they're talking about people fucking with 6-month-old babies. They're talking about people fucking with 2-year-old children. See, even though we see 14-year-old messing with a 40-year-old as some pedophilic shit, they don't see that. They don't see that as wrong at all.
You're right.
It's just like they drink beer with all of their damn meals all across Europe. They drink alcohol at a young age, like it's no big deal.
Sure do.
They do not see anything wrong with that. So I was asking, how would they prosecute a culture, because that is their own culture with pedophilia. That will not even, it will not, the case will not even go further. They will try find ways of just, skipping, jumping, or just skipping where the real matter is and go on to other charges or go on to other things that have nothing to do with the pedophilia itself. So to protect this culture of theirs, they will do it at any cost. You remember when we talked about some story sometimes back that some of the people that have been involved in pedophilia, they were doing a therapy for them and making them children's sex toys. And that was now said to be the quote-unquote therapy for them. Yeah. And it was, I don't know what company was producing these toys for them.
Eat the babies. They have sex with the babies, Spikes, and then they eat the babies.
Spikes, here in the U.S., the foster care system has been found guilty of doing that same damn thing.
Yeah, what? You mean rampant with the foster care system in this country? But look, ever since they talking about to help kids, is to have sex with children, eat them, steal their organs, all kind of wicked shit. Everything they say is good is bad. So when they talk about Child Protective Service, it's not to protect the children, it's the goddamn sex trafficked children. And it's rampant in America, rampant.
I'm going to tell you, we are surrounded by some of the most nastiest motherfuckers that you can ever imagine. You see these motherfuckers and you think that they're people or they're fucking hybrids or whatever, but we don't understand the full extent of this shit. So I'm at work last night. All of these motherfuckers be sharing e-pens, those e-cigarettes that you smoke, electronic pens and shit. So they all sharing.
I know what they're doing.
They share. Yeah, they at work sharing pens and shit. So I tell this one dude, because I saw that my supervisor had a festering. Now, I don't mean just it was present. This motherfucker had a festering cold sore. It looked like that shit had its own heartbeat. It was oozing pus and all kind of shit. So I tell my coworker that work in the area with me, this motherfucker like 19, 20 years old. I said, hey, don't hit the pen behind Oscar because he got a cold sore on his lip. Motherfucker tell me, oh, I got one too. It's just inside my mouth. I'm like, all y'all some nasty motherfuckers.
God damn.
So then I turned around like 3 minutes later, the same motherfucker, he's drinking out of this girl's drink. I wanted to tell the girl so bad, he got a cold sore in his mouth. But I said, fuck it, that ain't my responsibility. These motherfuckers let anybody drink behind them. This shit's just nasty. I don't know what the fuck going on up in this fucking cesspool of filth.
All kind of bacteria. Fuck the COVID. You got to crack it. You got to crack it. Not the COVID. You got to crack it nasty. Crack it. COVID. Shit. You got that real shit.
They are comfortable sharing, and it will be going around.
Remember, that's their nature to be dirty and filthy. You got all these damn Hollywood stars admitting it, how they don't take baths. From Johnny Depp, all the motherfuckers all coming on set all stinking shit down, taking baths. I'm like, what? Motherfucker ain't washing their ball sack, the asshole, or nothing.
They
just coming to work smelling like a whole sack of ass. What's that? That's you, motherfuckers, like a whole sack of ass.
Part of that, Keith, they don't bathe because they think it actually increases their spiritual prowess by being funky like that. They think it increases their presence and energy and their ability to manifest in the physical realm. So all of these motherfuckers.
Damn. What kind of spirit is that? What kind of stinking ass spirit is that? That's a low vibration funky spirit.
It's kind of like some Ramadan type shit when you think about it. They think make him closer to the creator or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But anyhow,
you breaking up, Keith. What'd you say, Keith?
Oh shit. I said they don't take baths in Ramadan? They don't wash their ass?
Hell no.
I didn't know that. What?
They be nasty as shit. Them motherfuckers be smelling like nutsacks all day. Smelling straight like a football locker room.
Oh my God, this Muslim shit. They don't wash your ass in Ramadan. We was in goddamn Tanzania during Ramadan. No, they smell all kind of butt funk.
Yeah, they don't want to wash the blessings off or some shit. They don't want to wash the blessings off.
Do this, Mike. Put us up on YouTube. Say, Hollywood stars admit to not bathing.
Let me see.
Hollywood stars admit to not bathing. Damn, Ramadan. Cleanliness is close to godliness. How you gonna be all funky?
They are not washing off the blessings. That is also they are not washing off the
bad blessings. I don't know, Spike. You back there in Kenya. What do you do when people around you got Ramadan? You gotta smell the butt cheese, don't you?
What happens is that you'll find most of the Muslims or the the Muslims in a place known as Isili. You'll not that you'll also find them in Mombasa, in the coastal province. That is where you find a lot of Muslims. Anyhow, Hollywood. Let's see.
You didn't smell that. You didn't smell that butt cheese, Spikes. Like you don't smell. What does this smell? Is it Ramadan? What does this smell? I smell butt cheese. Is it Ramadan? Is it Ramadan?
Taking shower.
It's like not big cheese, but butt. Not big cheese, but butt cheese.
Say it, Keith. He said it ain't Ramadan, but you need to run away, man.
Motherfuckers walking around smell like butt cheese. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, man.
They got booty juice everywhere.
All kind of crazy ass religion and religious practice.
And that's because you got these hybrids that created this filthy ass shit. Not being clean, like animalistic ass tell you close to God when you stink. You out your rabbit ass mind, filthy and
I
shit.
think what was happening was it was fashionable. It was fashionable for these so-called celebrities. And it was like a challenge: who does not take a shower and who does not. So that
It
was a
ain't
challenge.
fashionable. No, they were telling the truth about them being funky. It wasn't
That
fashionable to
is what
stink. Right? That's their culture. That's who
that
they
is what
are.
they are making it seem. That is what they are making it seem on this one.
That's how these white actors are out here sharing all their little nasty secrets that they should have just kept to themselves. And no, we're not talking about sexual, but we're talking about hygiene and the lack thereof. But before we get into all this, make sure to subscribe to our channel.
You should know about the white people. They don't wash their ass. Hey, I don't wash my ass. My ass stinks.
Don't shower. Go down
Don't
the list
shower.
of actors and actors who don't get their little hot tails in the shower.
You ever smell an unmade coochie spikes? It ain't right.
Who was also an anti-washer.
Hey, don't talk about that.
Don't
talk about that.
They only put them in the tub if they physically saw dirt on them. Now, as for their own bodies, they say they hit the important places, which for Mila was her face and for Ashton was his crevices and, quote, nothing else ever. Now, speaking of Dak Shepard, he and his wife,
it wasn't bad. They tell them they don't wash their ass.
Kristen said that she's a big fan of waiting for the stink.
Once you catch a whip, you cracker loving morons, Ashton Kutcher, Matthew McConaughey, motherfucking breast stank, butt stank.
And that.
Yeah, I done told y'all about the time I was at the mall.
What time?
Good. I was saying, I told you all about the time I was at the mall and I seen the white man walking with his girlfriend, and he had his hand in the back of her pants playing in her booty hole while they was walking down in the middle of the mall. He put his finger in her booty. You could see his finger adjusting. You could see it just dabbing in and out. I'm like, this motherfucker playing with his girl booty hole. I'm walking behind them. I see nothing but his hand going in and back and forth all up in her ass, and she just smiling like she just having the best time of her life. I'm like, this is in public, this shit happening. Ain't no different than a dog trying to fuck another dog in public. That's how they do.
Yep. Yeah, smell like the sweat up a dead man's balls, Spikes. Ain't nothing like smell the sweat up a dead man's balls.
What they would also do in their private homes, they do not even get to see a shower.
Oh, but you don't even want to imagine what they do in their homes. That shit'll make you throw up. It'll make you realize that you are playing Russian roulette with your life by simply going out in public and touching doors. Because these motherfuckers be shitting and pissing, don't wash their hands. They touching the same doors that everybody touch. They grabbing shit at the restaurant. All kind of shit. You fuck around and get hepatitis just going out to eat. Fucking with these crackers out here.
That's in these same services what they are touching. I would also have you catching disease and stuff. But I do see some comments. I think these were comments by Will Cashcrew saying it increases their presence as nasty. Their presence nasty motherfuckers are taking it back to their ancestors, the cave people. Their ancestors, the cave people. Yeah, that is what they are. They keep it on hand to the ancestors and the cave people. So I don't think anyone in the cave was taking showers. And even when the Moors went to, the Moors had to make showers for them. They had to make what do you call these places? Bathhouses for them, because they found them like that, and they had to put them.
Yeah, Keith has been all over the United States, so he can confirm this. These motherfuckers are their ancestors. They are the cave people. They still are the cave people. You go into the middle of America, take your ass into the Midwest in Indiana, Ohio, some damn where. You see these backwood motherfuckers look straight like they come out the caves today.
You ain't never lied about that shit, boy. Whoa, man, it ain't the cracker you see on TV. look at all shaving and good, man. You make these hillbilly ass crackers, Jack. You man, shit. You got no. And then, like I said, and black people worship these. I said black people worship these motherfuckers. I know that programming and propaganda works on TV. Because you see these motherfuckers in their natural habitat go to Indiana, Utah. Man, shit.
Will Kasha
Hey,
says
man, for real.
Will Kasha, bro, you're saying functional. I live in an area like that. Exactly. And I don't get it either. I think it's a brainwashing also on self-hatred that has have us worshiping people like that. They agree with the call that is a general mosquito. And also a comment early on, especially in Kentucky, they look like the hills have eyes. And also,
Hills have eyes, boy. Go get that movie. You see these? I'm talking about the regular cracker. Just black people got no idea. It blew my mind. They worship these motherfuckers. What a dream about sleeping with these people. These motherfuckers is crazy. What?
But you did see there was sometimes back we were sharing an Instagram video of this lady who thought she was lucky, smiling and being taken by these beasts to the forest. I think they had gone to do, I don't know what they had gone to do in that particular forest, but she thought she was lucky. And I know she could not even stand the stink, but she had to pull this stand like she was enjoying her ride to wherever she was getting taken to be killed by these beasts in that particular car. Sister Lana, you said, I remember when they were celebrating that championship win, and that dude ate horse manure straight off the street. I don't remember that particular one. You were saying when they were celebrating.
We were in Ohio one time. We were driving from Denver to Detroit. We were going through Ohio, and I bullshit you not. We pull up at a rest area, and my mom had to use the restroom. It was a pickup truck pull up. I thought it was black people in the pickup truck, but they was white people that was just so fucking dirty that they looked like they was black. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers' hair was greased back, everything was dirty. It looked like they've been working on cars and rolling around in the dirt. That's how black these motherfuckers were. So it was, and two of them were women, but they looked like men. These motherfuckers, this is how dirty they were. So my mom goes into the restroom. She comes back and tells me and my stepdad how they was acting funny with her, like she was gonna contaminate the bathroom, and they didn't want to use it before my mom used it. As dirty as these motherfuckers were, they was acting like my mom was gonna get them something, like they was gonna catch something from using the same restroom as my. I was like, these filthy ass crackers, boy.
That's it. It was crazy. Black people, you all got all the diseases coming out of Africa. That's what we hear on TV. We ain't got nothing but 3 teeth in our head, my breath funky, my underwear full of doo-doo stains and all kind of biological agents running through my body.
What was the name?
Shit, they don't even wear underwear, Keith.
All them don't.
Underwear. They wipe their ass with the crotch of their jeans or whatever, shorts or whatever the hell. That's how they wipe their ass. Just nasty. I work with motherfuckers like that. Motherfucker been wearing the same clothes for 3 weeks. 3 weeks in a row. He done wore the same clothes without washing them once. And he smelled like straight hippo shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was these are white. What do you call these older white pastors who were saying that black people have AIDS in Africa everywhere. You should not even use a towel you find anywhere, even in a restaurant or in Ontario. I'm trying to remember the name of that particular one, but it's them with all these diseases and the data as well.
Remember, before the Moors going to Europe, this filthy bastard was dying of so many diseases, black plague, bubonic plague, because their culture was never about washing their ass. Had to build all these bad houses. Hey, get in and take a bath, you nasty bastard. You stink.
Yeah, even to this day, if you when you in the restroom at work or wherever when you're around crackers, you will see they use the restroom and do not wash their hands. The majority of them.
Wash their hands. I know.
They piss, they shit, and they run up out that motherfucker. Pew!
Yep.
Like goddamn. And then be the first ones at the try to reach and grab some shit at a potluck. Be the first one touching all the chips and shit. Put their hands in the bowl. Yeah, I ain't even hungry. These motherfuckers eating ain't hungry at all.
They want to put their heads. They want to double dip their chip in some dip. Did you double dip that chip in that dip? Hands all dirty.
But let me get the comments before we proceed. I do see, yeah, they came out of Africa because they came out of Africa because they brought it there. They came out of Africa because they brought it there. You're saying that the disease, yeah, we know how the diseases, they brought them here. Nish Panda, you saying they can only tell that she determines and addicts no wash clothes in the shower. And
Big Key's not lying about that. Let me tell y'all, when I was fucking around with my oldest son's mama, the white girl, and I went out there to visit my son, and I was staying at her parents in them house because that's where she stayed with my son. Man, I go to take a shower, the fucking bar of soap is covered in dick hair. I'm talking about it like that shit been rolled in dick hair. They don't use no damn washcloth. They don't use washcloth. Remember, they put the bar soap all up in the asshole and everything. You see fucking pepper flakes and shit all in the soap. You like, what the fuck is going on?
They don't use washcloth. Everybody knows that. They put the soap all on their ball sack. Put the ball sack juice all on top of their head. Crazy. Man, you
ain't lying. They don't flush toilets. That's like when my mulatto son comes out here, I got to train his ass that, hey man, every time you use the bathroom, you flush that motherfucker. He talking about, well, if my mom's in them house, we don't flush the toilet unless we do number 2. I'm like, motherfucker, you flush that shit every time you put something in there. Don't get down, you blow it on, you flush that shit.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Motherfuckers just living all kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and they don't know no better. Shit.
Let's watch.
Spice, are you froze? I thought Spice had frozen.
What's Leo saying, Spikes? I can't read a comment.
Oh, she said, my ex-job taught me firsthand about their terrible hygiene, not washing their uniforms for weeks and not showering. I saw lice crawling around an officer head sitting up in turnout meeting. Yuck. They some nasty motherfuckers. They don't even say we nasty. A dirty homeless black person is generally cleaner than a motherfucking white person that's living in a trailer park all day.
Remember I had Joe be doing a show today, and I was saying about the lice, and I said the lice has now become resistant to their shampoos and shit because the lice knows when something's a fucking animal. You can't fool an organism, say that you're a human when you're not. So no matter what kind of shampoos they're using, the lice say, you can't get rid of our ass. We're going to be now resistant to all your treatments. So when Leo's talking about being at work, seeing lice all on their head, all on the side, their arms, all that shit, and these black women and black men laying with these motherfuckers and want to pretend they ain't never seen it. You're a damn lie.
What's going to happen in the future? In the near future, do not be surprised if they have melanin hair treatments to get rid of lice. They done liquefied a couple niggas and you can spray them on your hair to get rid of lice. Don't be surprised.
I see a comment from Sister Niche saying the healthcare has definitely cured any goofy remaining thoughts I had left. She has seen it firsthand how dirty they are and how they carry themselves, they conduct themselves. She has cured any goofy remaining thoughts she had left. And also my ex-job taught me firsthand about the terrible hygiene and not washing their uniforms for weeks and not showering. So lines are crawling around in office ahead, sitting up in turning out meeting. And some people think Dave Chappelle's skit was lying. Yeah.
Everybody seen it growing up when we had to integrate with this beast. Everybody's come in contact. I know I haven't. When somebody's had lice when you're a kid, Your parents never told you what the hell that shit was, because they didn't grow up around the white people like we had to. You're like, what the hell was all these bugs and shit, man?
And there's
what the hell's going on? Go ahead, Mike.
Big T is also saying in the federal prison, many of those Mexicans will never wash their hands. They now sell tacos to brothers, not me. Big T's did not buy any of that tacos from them because they know that the food is also dirty. That they are selling at them. Now, let's want to move a little bit further into what has been happening in the case of Justice Smollett. They are saying it's back. And I thought even this particular case was determined, but they saying that the brothers recanted how Justice Smollett staged the hoax, which of course was him being beaten
Everybody
up.
knew it was a hoax too. It was all phony. Him and his Nigerian homosexual buddies. Everybody knew. He's in the middle of and somebody said Black Lives Matter or some shit in Chicago on the coldest night of the month. Everybody out there looking because you some homosexual, you Black Lives Matter. No, 2 o'clock in the morning. Why you going to get you a sub sandwich? Shit, everybody knew it was a scam and phone.
If the shit got dismissed initially, wouldn't it be double jeopardy for them to be bringing it up now, Keith?
No, because remember they never the prosecutor's ass is not double jeopardy. They never prosecuted his ass. So the double jeopardy if you go through trial and found innocent or guilty. Yeah, you got to go through trial. So you know.
So, but
that was the
do you think that this is they're bringing this up now to distract us from the fact that this Omicron shit, and they talking about how the poison is ineffective against this new variant and all this old bullshit. So they're gonna have to come out with a whole new line of poison.
Well, they said they were gonna prosecute him anyway because they tried to let him go. So all this has nothing to do with that. But I think the Ghislaine Maxwell trial that the variant is a distraction from that. I was no, it's the variant. What? How you test it? What PCS test you use? Huh? Oh, that's right. You no way to test it, so it's a lie.
So it's just many other cases that they have to bring up so that the attention moves from what's happening with that.
Yeah, so attention goes away from the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Scared about it. Oh, so they can be a 24-hour news cycle all damn day, every day. Mariam, whatever that group of shit called. The new strain, blah, blah, blah. How did you test for it? You got no test for it. Yeah, we know it, but so what? We know people stupid. We own all the media, so what?
So I don't know to what end for Justice Smollett he was targeting. These are staged hate crime against himself. But of course, right now the trial is going on. The jury selection in the trial of Smollett are known for his role in Empire.
Who gives a shit? Like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if he takes dicks in the mouth? He likes it. So what? Who cares? We know it's a scam. Everybody knows scammers don't get convicted and nothing to see. Keep it pushing. We got no dog. We got no fight in that damn trial. He's a homosexual. He's a coon. He goes against black people and black interests. So who gives a shit? He was used as a tool by the white elites, and who gives a shit? That trial does not concern us one bit.
And apart from that, there's also another trial going on. Not really a trial, but there's also another story that has to do with regarding the story that you talked about with the concert that happened, the Astral concert that happened in Houston.
Oh, that demon possessed concert with Travis Scott ass.
Yeah, that concert. The family of the young child, the young boy, I think the young child Roskilde have said they do not want Travis Scott to offer to pay for the funeral, because Travis Scott had said he is offering to pay for the funeral.
Yeah, because they're gonna sue the shit out of his ass. Exactly. They're gonna have a civil suit. Yeah, how many people need you to pay? We're gonna get your money in the back end, goofy nigga. Sue the shit out of you.
This is the family of the youngest Astral victim. He was 9 years old. His name is Ezra Blount. The family has rejected.
That was the most devilish shit. I told And the funny part about I was in Houston the next day, that Monday. I forgot. I forgot about. I was in Houston. I was on the phone talking. I was in Houston that day. And I met those two young Catholic man. It was the most devilish shit I've ever been. You know, young guys don't be in all the religion, but they said, man, that was the most devilish shit I've ever been in. I said, what? They made me laugh, man. Man, it's like you was in hell in that bitch.
That was
You
them
go back and
recounting
look, it's like some sacrifice shit going on. There's the most some wicked low vibration, open up portals in that shit. And remember, you have to be double vaxxed to get up in there. They blew these kids' hearts wide open. Very dope.
Why was a 9-year-old there? And I thought you had to be at least 12 or whatever to get the vaccine. But either way, why the hell was a 9-year-old at a Travis Scott concert? I know he used profane language. What kind of
profane? That shit was demonic and wicked, boy.
I think it's a dad who took him to this event. It's a dad, if I'm not mistaken, it's a dad.
Yeah, he need to look at himself, motherfucker. Sue yourself.
We were taking these boys to the concert, and also I remember there was some instances where people were dragged at this same concert. And also even the police.
I'm broke, so I gotta sue this. I gotta sue this goofy demonic nigga, open up portals on my ass, killing my baby.
And this is there will be a whole lot of lawsuits, of course, that have been filed. Yes, I believe this is a dad. It is a dad they are with here at these particular concerts. And
all the people gonna sue his ass. I mean, about 10 or 12 people died at that shit. Their hearts explode. They knew they were doing it, but he didn't know what was going on. He looking at people out. You see how close he was to them people in the audience, fucking falling out and
And of course, this will also be going on for a longer time because it's many families that will be suing. I'm not sure whether it will be a joint.
But them white witches, the white Kardashians, shit, they were making sacrifices to Moloch that night, Jack. That was a Moloch festival. Somebody eyes looking back at him, hellish eyes, all on the stage. The whole stage was full of images of that stage, Spikes.
Images of the astral world, images of astral world.
Yeah, eyes are wicked and the monsters. That shit gonna make no shit like that. Shit's wicked as hell. Eyes looking back at the crowd and portals open behind people. You dumb, you don't know what the hell's going on. That's them conjuring up demons.
That's your dumb ass exactly what you went to go get. Dead.
And also other people who are injured. So they'll also be the people who are injured also suing, not just the ones.
Hey, I'm suing this dumb ass. That's good shit. This demonic ass shit he put on there.
This motherfucker about to be so like broke he ain't gonna make no sense.
All right.
He better have to change his name. He gonna be Scott Travis or some damn body. He can't be Travis Scott no more.
Pull up one of them damn images on stage and blow it up. Shit.
This is it looks like a mountain. It looks like a mountain from the outside. The Eastern Police. It looks like a mountain from this end. This is almost similar to what you know.
Well, let's go. Forget doing the day. Show the night when the show was going on. Spikes, not shit right there. Shit we want to see while he was performing. When it was all wicked. Yeah, right there. There you go. With wicked and evil. Eyes looking out at the fire and portals.
You can see
shit was wicked as shit.
The middle here. Yeah, the middle here. This looks like an eye in the middle here. And the place looks like a mountain. From the outside, this looks like a mountain. Like you have an altar. This is basically like you would say an altar. You know, in some communities, all the continent people used to go do their sacrifices on the altar, and the altars mostly were mountains and other big physical features like this, like a mountain or like a river or like what other things were used. Other different things were used as portals. So this one would also that is why the people also did die from this particular. There's a big eye in the middle here. Seems like these are some cyclical. What do you call this? Looks like how the eye would look like. How the eye looks like.
Arrow techniques. All that fire and all that wicked ass shit. Listen, when I hear young cats that don't go in our religion, man, it was the most wicked shit I ever been in. I'm done going to rap concerts.
I'm
I
sure
said, you what? I said, you what, man? I'm done going to rap. Man, that was the most wicked shit I ever been involved in. That's why I was on the phone with Nish. I had to hang up on Nish because I was laughing too hard and shit. This is the most wickedest shit I ever been involved in. God damn. Man, I'm telling you, man, some wicked energy coming out that shit. I thought most of them said they thought they were gonna die. Both of them said they felt they were gonna die at that shit.
And I see. They are gonna bury that interview. They are trying to bury Travis Scott. They know what was also
They
happening.
need to bury his no good wicked ass shit. That wicked shitty.
This is a portal, and this is what they have signed up to. All these are artists in Hollywood. Most of them are deeds out there, so and they know this is just another platform that they are using as an altar or as a.
Yeah, they use this as a goddamn put demons on these people, kill them. So that was a ritual. If that wasn't a ritual, I don't know what a ritual is.
And he gonna be their fall guy too.
Yep.
That is exactly what they are up to with this particular one at the end of the day. But of course, apart from that, there is the matter that is going right now with NATO, the US, and also Russia. I don't know what your thoughts are. Maybe have you heard about these the issue with Ukraine right now, that they have seen that the Russians are trying to get control over Ukraine and NATO, and also the US are giving threats. The threats that have been given. The US and allies have warned Russia over the military build-up around Ukraine. They are saying, all the options are on the table, but I would not see this back in a full-blown war. They probably are just trying to use words to scare. But Russia is not doing
I
this.
have a strong feeling, Spice, that all of this shit is just smoke and mirrors, really. Because
what about the war? What happened?
The what has happened is that the US has been giving the rights to Russia. The US has been warning Russia over its military build-up around Ukraine because
this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. This is nothing more distractionary shit. Because of the dude, you know what? You gotta wake up around the world. They need a war with somebody, China or Russia, because it was them who wanted Russia to invade Ukraine. Fucking when Obama was in it 4 years ago, when they came back and took Crimea back over, but they didn't invade all of Ukraine. They just came back and said, "Hey, we're taking back Crimea." They're invading Ukraine. Crimea had always belonged to the Russians since they stole it from the Ottoman Turks 300 years ago.
So this is just them trying to build up a fake kind of a front, a war front, a fake war front.
Yeah, just because you got to wake up going, they need a war. Go ahead.
This is something I want you to consider, Spikes. When this pandemic occurred, the majority of global countries, they got in line. They all followed the same mandate. They all started doing the same damn thing, like it was one organization dictating for them to do what they did. So Russia was one of them. The US is another. That means that they're allies behind the closed doors.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
And also China as well. They take
they all got on lockstep. If you knew exactly. That means you got one power elite that runs the planet. Exactly. But their people are now fighting in the streets. You got too many fights all over the world saying, this ain't for nobody's health. Oh, you starving me for my health. I can't go to the store and get food for my health now. Craziest cat shit. People are like, this ain't about no goddamn health.
That is the kind of this is just kind of a distraction. I would agree with you on the same, that the kind of a distraction they put up so that people can get a little bit more into.
Because you got too many people waking up now, Spice. You got too many people fighting. You got fights in Rotterdam. Pull up the images of fights in Rotterdam, Netherlands. You got them fighting all on the continent. You never had nobody fighting worldwide over some damn Ugali shots. Everybody's fighting everywhere. Everybody's fighting in damn Poland, fighting in Netherlands, fighting in Australia, fighting in damn Italy, fighting in Austria. The images of fighting, I don't know if you go to Google probably like fighting street fights in Rotterdam, Netherlands.
Let me see.
Everybody's fighting and shit. You know, somebody fighting over getting no damn shots.
Keith, what was everybody kung fu fighting?
They sure were. They were kung fu fighting with damn bullets. They've been shooting people now.
Rotterdam. This is one of these. Let me see if these are recent. The images that pop up. These on Google.
You show one of the images. That's good enough. Yeah. So you got, and I'm just giving you one city in one country, but this is all throughout Europe. So they need a war now to have a distraction because people are saying hell no.
Let me see these on.
How you gonna lock me down? I gotta have papers to show to go eat and all this shit, and it's for my health. Sound crazy as cat shit.
They would rather stab you and kill you if you do not take the kill shot.
Exactly. That's how you know they for you. That's how you know they for your health. That's why they coming to Kenya with the shit. Talking about the 23rd of December. You can't do this. That's not a law, Kenyans. A mandate is not a law.
They know, but also a lot of Kenyans really don't take this thing seriously. I know Kenyans do not even take this thing seriously. At the end of the day, you know, 5 people complain. I've seen different systems trying to be introduced in Kenya, and they eventually do not work. But I'm not even seeing this particular one now working as well, having people scared of
it should work because it can't work in Africa because Africa's impoverished. It won't work. It won't work. Africa's too underdeveloped. It might work in South Africa, not in Kenya. Not just Africa's too underdeveloped. It won't work. Because people start fighting because everybody start going hungry. So nobody had no business. Go ahead, Spikes.
But I bet I'm saying I bet even South Africa should also have like a push or like a protest, just protesting these nonsense, because right now, like I was saying earlier, there has been a lot of not sanctions, but
we can't overlook the Oscar. So we can't overlook the Ashkenazi influence there in South Africa, being that it's nothing but a satellite of Israel.
Yep.
It is. I actually agree with it. But South Africa now, the president is now talking about calling for the lifting of travel bans against his own country. For that to remain the same. You know, I was saying the people.
Your cousin just said some Kenyans are pussies. Your cousin is crazy.
He is. But I was just saying that in South Africa, the people who are also having these, who are said to have had these Omicron, are the people from Netherlands. But there have not been any ban imposed on people traveling from Netherlands to go any other part of the world. I have not heard the UK saying that they will be banning people from Netherlands from going into the UK or from going into the US. What has happened is this: South Africa.
I bet you when they were kids and Tosh came and visited over Spike's house. Spike's mother put Tosh's ass out the house all the time. Probably talking crazy and stuff.
I just let's adjust it. But I was just saying that South Africa right now is calling for the lifting of this ban that has been imposed on its own country. But the people of South Africa are still sleeping. I've not seen any kind of a pushback on the same, not just in South Africa, but even in the continent. I have not seen people.
They'll sleep right into a dirt. They'll sleep right into a dirt nap. They're gonna napping in the dirt, sleeping like that. Take them napping in the dirt.
They have not actually done a pushback, but this is the president of South Africa who is also being joined by some other African leaders on the fight back against these imposed travel bans. The variant was detected in Botswana and South Africa, and of course, since then it has been found across the country, in countries across the globe, from Scotland to Canada. But it is still unclear whether the latest where these so-called variant has originated from. But of course, the president of Malawi and also other presidents have also come up and said this is Afrophobia. with their countries being put on the travel ban. Malawi, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Mozambique as well, and other Southern African countries that right now people cannot be able to travel.
But you know what you would never see on a travel ban, or at least I haven't ever seen, is Israel.
United States.
Even though Israel has a higher occurrence than anywhere in Africa because they was getting the jabs left and right.
Yeah, you will not see. I agree with you. There will not be any ban. I have not had any ban against people coming from Israel going into the UK or going into Canada or into the States. There is no such a ban in place, and I don't even expect the same in a close future there will be anything like that.
You know why? Because that's what power does. Power says you go fuck yourself, Spike.
Yeah, that's power. That is what I was saying. They would say the Africans, you remain there, do not bring your problems into the UK or bring your problems into the US. Just stay there with your problems. The African have been kept in a survival mode for a long time, and that is done by purpose. They want to make sure that the African does not have trade amongst themselves, does not have manufacturing, does not have.
That's why exactly right. That's why sexes work. Because you don't have manufacturing and don't trade amongst each other no more because you were given fake borders. And when the real leaders of Africa say, hey, we can't make these borders when we become independent, the British and the French say, you better keep them borders and put their puppets in there. And that's why the borders still exist. Because the original leaders said no. Even Kwame Nkrumah, no good, non-black marionette, said, we can't have borders. We don't know each other no more. We can't make up these fiefdoms. Europeans said, no, you keep the fiefdoms. We keep robbing you, morons. We keep sanctions.
Small countries such as Malawi or even
Malawi, Togo, Benin, Rwanda, Burundi. Like I told you, they should. And shout out to Kimmy Ethics and saying, like I said, these countries shouldn't exist. They only exist to destabilize Africa.
None of these countries
has power. Exist.
None of these countries has power. You will not ever hear a reverse travel ban. You will not hear Kenya saying we do not need anyone from the UK. You will not even hear South Africa saying we do not need anyone from Netherlands. Or you will not hear even Tanzania
exactly right.
or Ghana. It does not work the other way around. If you were to say
exactly right.
The Ghanaian government
and then even in the country, the African wants to split up even the more tribe. I'm not completely Kenyan. I'm Kamba. I'm Lu. I'm whatever goopy tribe. They want to get even more fucked up.
And the thing is, you find people being utter morons. There is a story I came across even as we get closer to winding up. There's a story I came across that the Zimbabwe and the opposition leader in Zimbabwe was calling upon the government. He was calling upon the government of South Africa to impose sanctions on Zimbabwe so that they can enforce our political. So you having people. You
can't make that up, Spike. You can't even make that up. Go ahead.
You're having people from Zimbabwe asking that the South African government should impose sanctions on their own country, so that their country would enforce reforms, political reforms, and have a democratic.
And I know that's the opposition, Spikes. They controlled by the white people. That's the other opposition. They controlled by the white people. And it's just so blatant. So that's the opposition, Zimbabweans. That's controlled by the white people.
So apart from being in poverty, the people of Zimbabwe are still calling for more sanctions on themselves. You know that you have the sanctions by the IMF, the sanctions by the European Union,
and you wonder why the Africans call them morons, huh?
And you still want more, which is an oxymoron right there. That is a problem going on. But nonetheless, General Mosquito saying, yes, Mr. LBN, they always speak in quotes. I think I missed your comment from Madi. Mr. LBN saying,
we're already broke. We're on the last leg. We're printing $1 trillion bills. Can you put more sanctions on us to make it even worse?
Yeah, the Zimbabwean people had $1 trillion. $1
trillion.
I don't know how much. I don't know what.
$1 trillion note where you couldn't even buy a bag of ugali for. Couldn't even get a whole bag of ugali for that shit.
I don't know what you would buy with $1 trillion note from because it was not just $1 trillion, it was 100 trillion. It was $100 trillion note. And, I don't know what you buy with these in Zimbabwe, but right now it's not in use.
Oh my
It's not
God!
in use right now.
There you go.
There was
$1
also
trillion
another,
note.
there was also another one. There was also
These
another one for
crackers
10
that
trillion.
destroy the economy so much, and you got some moron in
10
Zimbabwe
trillion.
say, please destroy us some more.
There was one for $10 trillion, and there was another one for $50 trillion from the
$50
Reserve
trillion.
Bank of
You
Zimbabwe. I'm not sure
you
what
can't
you
even
would buy.
buy a pair of socks with that shit.
I'm not sure what you would buy with 100 trillion.
I got my
But
$50
anyway,
trillion note, Negroes. Hey, what can I buy with that? I don't know. You can't even buy a bag of ugali with that shit.
anyhow, Barbados is now a republic. I don't know what that changes. I would also see notes from Barbados amounting to trillions, but nonetheless, we were discussing
Oh,
about this handover. It is not a handover of power. No one will hand over power to you. Power is not really given. Power is taken.
nope.
If
Power
you're
is
well
taken.
quitting,
Exactly
that
right,
the
Spike.
British will come
Power is
and
not given. Power is taken.
hand
Exactly right.
mm. So if the Barbados
It
people are
appears
expecting that someone will
that
come and hand over power to them, yeah,
Go ahead, Joe.
come on.
I was just saying, it appears that too many people on the continent look at Europeans and Chinese shit like what they
As
got.
a
Their
savior.
grass is greener than the African
Yes,
grass.
they do.
Like yeah, everything that the white man does must be better because the white man does it.
Exactly.
No,
Even if
them people are
it's
fucked
not
up.
taking
They
showers, even
But
if
they
it's
don't
not
know
taking
that,
showers,
Spike. I mean, so this year, Katie. I'm glad, Spike. Hey, I like you guys changing up the show like that. Spike, you guys had a good show today. I missed it. You guys, the guy Joby was doing the show. I like you guys mixed it up. Let's start doing that. Anyway, when you heard them growing up, how they love the Mzungu.
hmm,
They grew up told you we love the Mzungu. He said, "Come, give us chocolates and get us all kind of fucked up shoes." Didn't know that was the money that was being stolen from them.
not even no one actually. But even the DJs themselves do not tell that the kid in school. That is all. You have an education system that just gets to emphasize on the praise of the Mzungu and the worship of the Mzungu, which is really
Right.
backward. But people see that as sounding positive. Robert Williams is saying aspects East Arc and Africa, it's just like these Zabdus. People who need to wake up and do their own critical thinking, just like Dr. Mombi Saraki has been saying on some of the shows that she has
Well,
put out.
that's what Spike said on his show today. Wake up, Africa. That's what Spike said today.
Sister Monique, are you seeing a Grand Rising? Y'all rules. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast.
Tell her Tempo Simona was looking for her today, Spike.
I've not seen Simone. Was Simone on the chat earlier on? I'm not sure whether he was on the
Yes,
show.
he was in a chat with Katie and Joby this morning.
Yeah, that was on the other show, not this one. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether Simone is with us on this breakdown. But Altravino O'Brien, you joining us and saying that's fact. And also you saying he sounds like who sounds like DMX. And of course we also do see Derek Ask saying so be it.
Yeah, my voice is messed up. My voice is hoarse.
Reparations.
I sound like coon ass Phil said when I had 2 packs of Newports. He called me Mr. Newport with his coon ass.
Hey Keith.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
Say what you bitches want from a nigga.
What you bitches want from a nigga? Somebody let me know what you bitches want from a nigga. Tell me so.
That is a career. That is a rap music going wrong.
There was Tina, Renee, Pam, Kim, and about 3 Tinas.
But anyhow, I don't know what has been going on. I don't know what has been going on with Tarika Museum project. But I understand that there was an announcement for them having their baby.
Oh, was it Tariq got it? Tariq got it. I haven't watched this dude like in 7 months, 8 months. This Malonis ass. What's this?
I understand it's a baby.
Tariq.
Someone talking about Tariq Nasheed, baby's Tariq and Lexi Nasheed, baby's announcement. Just was
Who gives a fuck about that?
Spike's gonna give some money.
I was just saying the museum.
You're gonna give some money so they can get the baby some diapers. They need you to give some money so the baby can get diapers.
They already have the museum.
Spike's gonna donate a couple shillings.
They already have the museum money, so that's
Spike's gonna say play to play. Here's a couple shillings, dog. Spike's gonna say play to play. Here's a couple shillings, dog. Here you go. Don't spend that all in one place, nigga.
Player to player.
I was just wondering what happened to the plan for the these museum. But anyhow, family, you're waiting up.
What the museum? The museum has taken a backseat to a baby girl being born. That's supposed to get everybody emotionally rocked to sleep, so you ain't paying attention to the fact that he ain't done shit with this museum.
You went to
You went out and got him a Bentley, didn't he get a Bentley with that money? Damn you, baby, ain't getting a Bentley.
He already had a Bentley.
Okay, I don't watch the Negro. Okay, I didn't know.
I don't know if he got him a new Bentley. He might have got him a newer Bentley. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know.
The last time
I laugh how these fake Negroes call themselves the new black media and them, but the hustlers, con men ain't built nothing, ain't done nothing. Same old racial shit over and over again. From the Professor Black Truth to the damn Black Authority, all these common ass niggas ain't done nothing and ain't gonna do nothing.
Nope.
Nothing will change.
It was wrong about Kaepernick. Like I told you, Kaepernick, you don't follow no mulatto. Now saying it 4 years later, Kaepernick might not be the thing. Get the fuck out of here, you goofy niggas. You was all supporting his ass. You was all supporting Byron Allen when I told you are who you lay with. And now all of a sudden, no, Byron Allen's a bad guy. You goofy niggas don't get the fuck out of here. And I want that smoke. Put my name in your mouth. Scorch earth, niggas. Phony ass motherfuckers. Somebody did a new black media. Don't talk about the most pressing issue on the planet right now. These Negroes won't touch it. Now I may be wrong, because I ain't listened to them in a minute. But these fake ass niggas won't touch it.
No. Keep the Black Authority trying to start shit with Kwame Brown now. Trying to get some other distraction bullshit going. Keep talking shit about Kwame Brown.
Well, we said Kwame was a coon, and was he that? Is he acknowledged he's a coon now? What are you talking about him about?
He's talking about Kwame Brown was focusing on the wrong trial when he was talking about Kyle Rittenhouse and all of that, and then he's talking about Kwame Brown shouldn't be talking about the Ahmaud Arbery trial and all this old type shit. I'm like, I don't know. Just some dumb shit.
You ain't watched them either. See, I don't know what the fuck that goofy nigga, that fake ass homosexual bastard talking about. This a nigga that does dating shows. Get the fuck out of here. This goofy nigga. That's why he was mad when you called up, because we had got so big. Everybody knew who you were. That made him mad. That made these goofy niggas mad, because we actually get traction. That's why we get taken down. They say, oh, we getting shadow banned. Ain't nobody shadow banning these goofy niggas. They're not talking about nothing. They're not getting on the algorithm.
They are busy because the channels are actually getting promoted.
No, the channels will never get taken down. All this old fake ass. Hey, family, we're getting shadow banned, even though they push our channel 24/7. All this old dumb nigga shit. Yes, but what are you? There's some other victories. What victories you niggas got? What, some old ass DVDs? What are you done? Except called this shit. Nigga don't never talk about the FBA shit when he's trying to get money out the black community. Oh, it doesn't matter if you ain't FBA, buy my goofy book or my goofy movie. And then, it's great.
And I see Big Cheese. Kwame was a big furrow of Settlemare. He's being a coon and nobody taking their stupid shit down. Is
And
just
the funny part, I know these niggas know me and so, because I told you, Tariq used to live whole shows for me. And I know that goofy ass nigga, Black Authority know me because he said, yeah, some dude set up a studio in the house and it did a good job. And blah, I said, yeah, nigga, I know you're talking about me. I know he's talking about me. But I know they know who we are. And they're not going to never say our name. Never. Motherfucker, I'm the real deal. I'll scorch hurt your motherfucking ass. I make Spikes have. I say, hey, Spikes. I'll tell Spikes, hey, go get a Tariq Nasheed puppet, get it made. Take that nigga out to the Serengeti. We're gonna drag his ass across the Serengeti. Let the lions dig in his ass. We're gonna film it.
The last time I saw was the brother, the brain, what do you call it, the benchmark in Dubai of how these guns are made. But anyhow, family, we went up and I see Mr. Albion says that authorities are of shit still around. I do not know of these Satomea or what they're all about, but I also see Sister says nobody stupid shit being taken down. I agree with you. And Sister Monique, I don't know that Big T's, that is a response from earlier on a question being made. But we are winning up, family. Thank you so much, Zoe. And keep putting
talking about the black meter. You ain't seen no meter from none of these niggas. Every time they talk about some Charlatan, they never talk about and Clinton with Boyce Watkins. That's my dude. But what happened to Charles Wu when they told you he was robbing and stealing from people? Huh? What about Polite, nigga? But everybody around them is hustling. Dr. Umar, Polite. Oh, but you're the new black media. Then he names all kind of nefarious niggas back in the day with me and Zoe. Then found out he was. You know about this Tory Rain, this other dick sucking nigga I never heard about? What the fuck he talking about? And this other corny nigga I looked up like 3 years ago. All these fake fraudulent niggas he's talking about. They're the black media. This Tory Rain that was part of that manosphere, these faggot ass niggas rape black women out because they can't get a date. All these bum niggas who can't get a date. I can't get a date with a black woman, so fuck them all. He told you these people are the black media. Motherfucker, I'll bust your back out, you fraudulent ass nigga. Black, shoot the fuck out of here. Yeah, go ahead, Zoe.
What's the pounds per square inch to bust some niggas back out?
I gotta ask Spikes. Spikes is the math genius up in here.
I do not know. You need to do your calculation. I do not know. But apart thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. We hope you have a productive remaining part of the day.
Ass Negroes, see, they use. I'm about to get asked, but let's go. They use tactics. Oh, we're the new black men. When you proclaim something and nobody has no pushback, these niggas ain't never did no real media. The main thing on the planet is the big Ugali, people putting concentration camps and world genocide. I heard the niggas mention it not one time. How the fuck are you a black media? And mandates? What? Man, you don't get out of here with your corny ass. But go ahead, Spikes. Much love, family.
Much peace and love, family. You just had Prince Philip quote there saying that he wish he was a virus, and I get to.
I think I am gonna do the show this weekend on these corny niggas. I'm gonna do a show talking about these corny niggas. And this Saturday, that's gonna be the show. I ain't been to fight since 3 years ago with Phil punk ass boy. Lisa Cabrera and all them other charlatan ass niggas.
Please, family, I hope to join us tomorrow at the same time with the Blackwood Financial Africa Today show.
They don't believe in building unite. These niggas believe in all Africans are coon and fucked up and the islanders are fucked up. They don't practice nothing that shit John Henry Clark talking about or Francis Cress Wilson. These are my greatest heroes. Niggas don't practice none of it. But black people so stupid they don't know it. But go ahead, Spikes. That's it. Much love, family.
Tariq Tariq done built his whole damn platform off of stealing from Neely Fuller Jr.
Neely Fuller, yep, Neely Fuller. Whole platform. And then don't even know what the fuck he talking about when he says the man's target points. Because it ain't his shit. Now he's on the damn Callaway shit and gets that shit all fucked up. He's a con man.
Now everything is about the Maroons with his ass, with Tariq.
He stole the
about the
shit,
Maroons, the Maroons.
Exactly. He stole the FBA shit, calls it down. Stole that ADOS corny shit, calls the FBA. It don't do nothing. What happened to his other conference? No more conferences. Now he's talking about the Black Maroons and the Geechee Gullah. Motherfucker, the Geechee Gullah talk about Africa, you moron. You said you don't like African people no more. But the Geechee Gullah talk about Africa. What is you talking about, moron? Go ahead, Spikes. Let's love Spikes. Oh, Spikes was gone. Go ahead, Spikes, you back.
Yeah, I was just giving a quick shout out to everyone that has joined us on the broadcast for today. And
let's love family.
Mr. Albion, Zero Mosquito, discussions with Tena, Brother Lando Winter, Dexter, Sister Monique Hill, and everyone else that was with us.
Dexter will sex her.
Much love, much love and appreciation to everyone. For those that would like to support the Blackwood Fan Network, we truly invite you to support. We also want to thank everyone that has been supporting the Blackwood Fan Network. You can use Cash App, Mr. Blackwood Fan, and you can also use the official.
You better watch yourself, Monique. There's a South African looking for you.
That's
much love, family.
Much peace and love, family.